Once one of the most popular restaurants off of Hogan's Alley, all that is left of Vi's Chicken and Steakhouse is this little blue building at 209 Union Street. More than just a restaurant, Vi's was also the workplace for Nora Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix's grandmother, whom Jimi would visit frequently in his youth. Jimi Hendrix had a challenging youth. Born in Seattle to a young mother who became an alcoholic, his father also struggled with alcohol and could become abusive. Young Jimi was often sent north to stay here, at 827 East Georgia Street in Vancouver's Strathcona neighborhood, his grandmother's home. He stayed so frequently that he was even enrolled in a Vancouver grade school. Nora Hendrix and her husband Ross were vaudeville performers who moved to Vancouver in 1911. By the time her grandson was born, she was already a pillar of Vancouver's Black community. One of her notable accomplishments was fundraising to purchase an old church at the eastern edge of Hogan's Alley. The Fountain Chapel opened to serve the Black community. Jimi returned to Seattle to live with his parents. When he was a teenager, his mother died of cirrhosis of the liver, and Jimi dealt with his pain by obsessively playing guitar. He flunked out of high school and joined the army to avoid jail. He hated the army, but grew as a guitar player, and therein found his community and his meaning. Jimi kept playing and learning after his time in the army. He also started writing songs with memorable lyrics like, "There's a red house over yonder, that's where my baby stays," and "Excuse me while I kiss the sky." He moved to England, formed the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and became a massive rock star. Playing in front of sold-out crowds, he was incredibly popular. As Jimi was shy, the stress took a toll on him. He stopped seeing his grandmother and other family members. Like his parents, he fell into a spiral of addiction. He suffered from nervous breakdowns, insecurity, and deep anxiety. Then one night, he took too many sleeping pills. He died at the age of 27. At the same time as Jimi's death, the city of Vancouver was tearing down most of the Hogan's Alley neighborhood to make way for viaduct replacement. Nora Hendrix community dissipated as a result, and in 1979, Vi's Chicken and Steakhouse closed. At the end of this last remnant of Hogan's Alley sits a red house. That's Nora's church, the Fountain Chapel, which is now a private residence. Nora Hendrix died in Vancouver at the age of 100. Don't be sad. Lately, Nora has been honored in a Canadian postage stamp. The city of Vancouver has announced removal of the viaducts and a re-establishing of a neighborhood at Hogan's Alley. There will even be a new street named after Nora. And, with modern streaming services, Jimi's music reaches and influences more people around the world than it ever has. Let your steak come up to room temperature. Dry off moisture and salt it heavily. Mop up extra salt. Put it in a cast iron skillet that's on medium-high. Don't get bored. Give it a few minutes, then turn it over, and hear that sizzle a-comin'. For medium rare, bring it up to an internal 130 Fahrenheit. Tent it, and let it rest for 10 minutes. I know, you're so hungry you could eat anything. And there you have it, just like Jimi used to have with his grandmother at Vi's Chicken and Steakhouse. Steak, fries, biscuits, mushrooms, peas, and salad. Excuse me while I eat these fries.